Hi, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing this Tuesday? Everybody's doing well. All right. All right. So today we're going to do the cute little teacup. I call this a witch's brew because every witch needs her cup of brew every morning. So we're going to create this super cute little cutter. Again, I bought this clip art from Etsy from a company called Fine Apple Pear. And super cute little set. So today we're going to do the coffee cup. And I already have this one flooded, and I'm hoping it's not too dark. It's that dark green that we're using this week. So I flooded it with dark green, partly because I wanted the steam to show up. And, last night in getting ready for today, I totally spaced on doing what I wanted to do. I did it for our second one, so you'll see it on the second one, but this one I did not do it. So are you excited for this one? Me too. So I flooded this with the dark green. I did that because I wanted to be able to see the steam. You can kind of see it coming up. This is what I really love about this cookie is it has the steam coming up. I feel like you could probably use white. These white pens never work for me, like ever. Not any single one. So I feel like you could probably use, that one kind of did. You could use some white, maybe sugar prism paint if you have it, or even some white poppy paint. You could probably use some white food gel, just regular food gel, to kind of create this background steam. You can kind of see that. I did on the second one, I just put white in there when it was wet and then kind of swirled it. And again, totally forgot to do that on this one. So did the whole cookie because it has a background. So now we're going to outline and flood our cup. And this cutter is pretty easy to see, like exactly where the cup is. And really the main thing on this one is the spider afterwards and the steam. So that's what we're going to work on here in a little bit. But I just went ahead and used the cup, or I'm sorry, the cutter to create my cup. Sorry, my phone, I need to turn it off and get it over there. All right, so I'm just going to go through and I just have to make sure like that the bottom goes down towards the towards this so that you can have its little base. You could do whatever kind of base you wanted to on it, and then you would do your handle. The handle you could definitely make however you wanted to. I think on the other one I made it like connect. I'm just going to go ahead and use this detail glaze for this right here. Because I can make it go smooth. It's just a little area, and it will help me move from one thing to another without having to wait. So I'm just kind of moving my scribe through the detail glaze just to help it go smooth. And then you could go ahead and do the base too. Again, just using detail glaze so that I can go ahead and move on to the bulk of the cup. Help create that dimension without having to wait a few hours. And with these little areas, it will help with craters because I did this last night. Normally I wouldn't do that. I would have done it this morning and wait a couple hours and then do this next part just to avoid craters, period at all. So I'm just going to go through and create the lid of this cup or like the back top of this cup. Same thing, detail glaze, just because I'm trying to avoid craters. I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm still going to be cratered, but we'll see. It is still really shiny. I think you can kind of see that over here. So it might still be wet enough that it doesn't do that, but we all know how that works, right? Every time we think we've got it figured out, we do not at all. Or the icing makes us know that we don't have it figured out. All right. So now that I've gotten that part done, I'm going to go ahead and fill the bulk of the teacup or the coffee cup. And this is just regular glaze. Probably should have cleaned out the tip first. So we would do this and yeah, you wouldn't necessarily have to put a background on this cookie. If you didn't want to, you could definitely make the cup go all the way to the edge. And then you could just do the steam. Just maybe do a background where the steam is going to be. You wouldn't necessarily have to do a background on the all. All right. So I'm just going to kind of bring this up to match that corner, and if you need to kind of round it out. My phone is going crazy. It's on silent though. It shouldn't be talking to me. All right. So that's our cup so far. And then you can do the middle part, the brew, if you wanted to. I would wait a little while. I'm going to show you what I did in the brew, um, just so that you can see it on the other one. So normally I would wait on this one, but I'm going to show you anyway. So I'm going to put some purple in there. I'm going to use purple because it's a witch's brew. It can be kind of fun colors. And then I'm going to drop in some white so that we have a little bit of latte, kind of latte fun, right? So I'm going to drop in some white. Okay. And then I'm going to take my scribe and I'm just going to, first of all, move it out to fit into this cup, right? And then I'm going to kind of take and wiggle it a little bit. Hear that song every time I say that. All right. So you can see in the video, or, like there, it's got this like mixed look to it. And then you can take some, I wanted it to look like there are bubbles in it. So you can take some like nonpareils if you wanted to, some bigger nonpareils. I'm just going to take these little ones. You could make transfers that look like eyeballs if you wanted to, because maybe witches drink eyeballs. Okay. So you could just take some fun stuff. On the other one, I have a different selection of nonpareils in there, so they look a little bit better. This, I just grabbed these. Okay. And you could push them down even further to make them look like they're kind of like in the witch's brew. Okay. So after I got to this step, I would just leave it alone, right? Just leave it alone for an hour so that it has some time to set up and you don't have anything that kind of runs together. And you can do the spider. So I'm going to push that off to the side. So here's the one that I did earlier. So you can see I use that same kind of latte technique. I just put some white and some light green into this while it was wet. And then I just basically took my scribe and just kept going up and over and then back down and then up and over and back down. So that it looks like the steam in the background. And we're going to put more lines on it, like the picture or like our little paper example. But I thought that was a cute little touch, like in the background. So, and then also in my cup, you can see I put different sized pearls on this one. So I had some like big, medium, small. So it looks like it has things floating in it. If I wanted to, I could put some eyeballs on there. I just think it looks cute. It looks like bubbles. So that's what I was going for. You could use out icing if you don't want to use sprinkles. Always like the possibility. All right, so I want to create the spider because she's got a spider coffee cup. Of course she does. Get this little piece out of the end here. Ready for somebody to figure out how to keep our icing bags from doing this. Okay. Even though I fold them over with quilting clips, still happens. Okay. So the spider is going to be, we're going to put the spider here. Okay, and then here. Okay. So it's kind of bigger than the picture, but that's okay. So we're going to give it some long legs. And I like to put the legs on first because then I can just um, put the black over top of them. Let's see if you can see that. So I can now flood the black on top of them, and I can go ahead and cover up those legs so they'll be a little bit more attached. Okay. So I'm not gonna do the spider head right now. I'm gonna give a little bit of time. In the meantime, while I'm kind of waiting for this to like set up a little bit, just crust over just a little bit so that the head looks actually separate from the body. I'm going to kind of hopefully it's dry enough. I'm going to kind of dirty up our cup a little bit, and I'm just going to use a black marker. You could use a brown marker if you wanted to. I'm going to use a black one just to dirty it up a little bit because black is in our color scheme for this cookie. So I'm just using kind of my black fractal color um, marker, this one. Um, you could use any. I mean, I could have used any of them. I just use this one because it's a little bit more brush tip. And I have a paintbrush here. It's just kind of a more feathery, rounded brush. And I'm going to drop in some water. I usually just drop it on my table because I wash my table off. So there's just a little drop of water. You can see here. See, I just put it on my table. So all I'm looking for is just to, be able to color this. Oh, this has gold in it. Woo! It's usually what happens with all my brushes. So I'm just going to kind of put a line around there, and then using that paintbrush that's kind of damp, I'm just going to kind of pull it into the sides and wherever I want to pull it to. This is a little bit more dirty than I was hoping, but that's okay. Just be careful. You could have done this. I could have done this before the spider was put on. I just figured I could do it at the same time. So you can also use a little thinner paintbrush. If you got too much, like if I had too much, I can take it off. I just have to kind of use a clean brush and just wipe. But I'm okay with what we're doing right now. I clean my brush off a lot and keep it fairly, I'd say fairly dry. I don't keep it really damp. So I'm just kind of, I know it's a little hard to see. I'm not going for like, I want a totally black coffee cup. I'm just going for, I just want it to look a little dirty, a little like it's been used a lot. I'm going to antique it. So I'm going to put some black over there. Same thing. My paintbrush it's just a little damp. If you have it too wet, just dry it off. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit right in that crease there. My paintbrush is going to be really dry because I want that to stay there. So I don't really want that to go too far away. Okay, so you can see I just kind of deepened that like part right there. And then kind of come over here, do the same thing. Just going to kind of pull it towards the spider, trying to avoid the legs. This also just kind of gives some definition to your coffee cup if you really didn't want to wait to flood in the handle and all of that. Then you can definitely create more of a look of like this is the cutoff of where that is. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go more on the inside here. Okay. So just kind of Dirtying it up. And if you get too much, like might be a little too much on this handle, I can always take a clean brush and a pretty dry brush, and I can kind of wipe off some of it so that it's not as dark, right? So just kind of wanted to. And I think the only thing I wish I would have maybe done is done it before the spider, just because right here, I could go in here and could go in here and kind of make this. Just trying hard to not touch that spider face, but to still kind of get some black around that lid. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So let's put a little bit here. Okay. So now our cup just looks dirty, right? Just a little dirty, just a little. Not anything too crazy, not anything that's too much. It just is gives a little bit of takes away the white because we're not really doing none of our cookie cutters like this week are really bright white. They're all pretty dark colors. So this will just kind of help it look a little bit more cohesive. So now we're going to do the steam on it. This is where I have like a little bit of trouble. I feel like it should be the lavender color of some of the steam. I feel like it should be maybe the light green and maybe the black. See, this is where I kind of struggle a little bit. I don't even know if I don't think I made any light purple, so it's not going to be light purple. Why did I do that? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Maybe it could be the dark. We'll do the dark purple and the light green. So I'm just going to kind of do it just like the picture. We have a couple that come up into a curlicue, but then we have some that are just kind of straight. Okay. So, and they all seem to be coming from the middle. So I'm going to take this one up and it's going to be the curlicue one. And then I'm going to take another one of these, and we're going to kind of have it go up and around. I'm going to kind of meet into that one. Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to do some purple. Oh, I wish that one would have curved a little bit more. That's okay. That is going to drive me crazy. I want that one to curve like that. Oh, well. I have a problem here because I want to do all of it. I just want to do a ton of them. Do there and go here. Okay. Okay. That one up there just went crooked again. All right. So there's our steam coming off of our cup. And you could definitely put, like I have a nonpareil right there. I could dig that out and then put it on top. if I wanted to, or I could just take another one and place it on top of there so that it looks a little bit more cohesive, I guess. So it's not hiding. It's not really cohesive. So cute. Okay. So now we're going to fill in the spider face or the head of the spider. It's not really a face. That's real cute. All right. So that's our cup. It's very dark looking. I wish it wasn't so dark looking. That's the point of it, right? It's a witch's brew, so it's dark looking. I like this. Probably could have done a little bit more. I think I might go back over it one more time with the like this color. 'Cause it looks kind of messy. Okay. That's a little bit better. All right. So that's our witch's brew. So cute. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And tomorrow we are working on a little bookshelf with a little pumpkin and some mushrooms. So super cute. Hope you guys will join me for that. Otherwise, I hope you have a great Tuesday, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.